Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are doing day 20 today of healing our anxious attachment style and raising our vibration, changing our self-concept, going from a negative self-view into a positive self-view, because that comes hand in hand with an anxious attachment style. And we're going to continue on to do this by doing our gratitude with the book The Magic, and then continuing to cultivate self-love with Louise Hay book Mirror Work, and also doing inner child healing, because most of the beliefs that we carry today, if not all of them, do stem from our childhood. Our attachment style 1000% stems from our childhood. And when we recognize that this is true for all humans, then we don't take things so personally or take away that way of thinking. Why am I this way? Or why is this happening to me? Because it's all making sense. And we know through the law of attraction, the better we feel about ourselves and the more we love ourselves, the more better situations and or people we're going to be bringing into our life. And the more we love ourselves, then the more that love is going to be reflected back to us from other people. So day 20 today from the book The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. I do not like saying her last name. It's called Heart Magic. And we're going to get right into it to continue cultivating self-love and gratitude for ourselves. And this chapter starts like this. You might have figured out by now that with any magical practice of gratitude, the aim is always to feel it as much as you can. This is because when you increase the feeling of gratitude on the inside, the thing you have to be grateful for in the outside world increase too. When we increase the feeling of gratitude on the inside, the things we have to be grateful for in the outside world increase too. And I was having some great conversations with two beautiful souls that I know today. And one of them, they were expressing about how much she's witnessing that people are not conscious of this, and they spend so much time complaining as opposed to feeling grateful for the contributions that everyone is putting forth into this world, whether it's like in your relationships, in your personal life, your work life. People spend more time complaining about each other than they do giving gratitude to each other. But now we know that if we want to receive more experiences to be more grateful for everything that's taking place in our life, we have to start with self and then with everyone else too. So always not focusing on lack, but focusing on what we have. And yes, there's going to be lack of things, but then we use the power of gratitude to thank our future for bringing those things that we still want to experience, but not from a state of lack, but from a state of, I know that I deserve it, and I know that I'm worthy of it, and I know that I will have it, and I know that I'm having it. So like Rhonda says, eventually, after practicing gratitude for a long period of time, you will automatically feel it deeply in your heart. However, today's magical practice will collapse the time it would normally take for you to reach that level. The heart magic practice is designed to powerfully increase the depths that you feel gratitude by focusing your mind on the area of your heart as you say and feel the magic words, thank you. Scientific research has shown that by focusing on your heart, as you feel gratitude, the rhythm of your heart immediately becomes much more even and harmonious, resulting in major improvements to your immune system and health. That gives you an idea of the power of heart magic. It takes a little practice for the first time you try it, but it's worth the effort. After a few times, you will get it, and each time you will practice it, your feeling of gratitude will increase exponentially. To practice Magic Heart, focus your mind and your attention on the area around your heart. And I know that my counselor had me actually like breathe with my heart when challenges would happen. He would always say, just drop into your heart and breathe with your heart. Just witness it, doing the breathing, because Breath work is actually the best way to recalibrate our nervous system too, in case we get into that state of anxiety. So we're going to be going back into focusing in our heart. And it doesn't matter if you focus on the inside or the outside of your body. Close your eyes because it will make it easier. And while keeping your mind focused on your heart, mentally say the words, thank you. Once you've practiced it a few times, you won't need to close your eyes anymore, but as a general rule, you will feel more gratitude when you close your eyes. There are several things you can do to help you get heart magic down really quickly. You can put your right hand on the area around your heart to keep your mind focused there while you say the magic words, thank you. Or you can imagine that the magic words, thank you, are coming out of your heart rather than your mind as you say them. Thank you. And remember that dropping into our hearts is the best way to reset our nervous system. Breath work is the best way to imagine shifting a state of anxiousness from our sympathetic nervous system into our parasympathetic nervous system, where we want to be most of our day. And as part of today's practice, she says, take your top 10 desire list and practice heart magic on each desire. Read each desire in your mind or out loud. Read each desire in your mind or out loud. And when you get to the end of reading each one, close your eyes, focus your mind on the area around your heart. Keep your mind on your heart area and say the magic words again, thank you. And again, you can use the tips I've given above if it helps you. After you have finished heart magic on each of your desires, so we're going to drop into our heart and deeply think of that desire that we want to be experiencing. We're going to feel it. We know that it's going to happen because we deserve everything that we can imagine. We can achieve it. And we say thank you. So thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the abundance. Thank you for all the successes. Thank you for wonderful children that always listen to me. Thank you for health, so much health. Really drop into that heart. And after, yes, you finished heart magic on each of your desires, you will have not only increased the depth of gratitude you are able to reach, you will also have dramatically increased your gratitude for your top desires. You can continue to practice heart magic on your desires regularly if you want to speed up receiving them. I have to take a minute for a coughing fit. Okay, I'm back. And for those that have been following, I don't know, I have this sort of cold that's had affected my throat and I had lost my voice. So I really want to give my gratitude for my health and a healthy throat and healthy lungs, because without them, I couldn't do my job. So thank you for optimal health. And I know that also my body is fighting something when that happens. And when we get sick, it's almost like a sign that we must, listen to our body, take a rest, give it what it needs. And even though I might not always do that, I have the awareness that our body does speak to us. So it's always best that we listen to our body and continue to give gratitude, saying the magic words, thank you. And once we have practiced Magic Heart a few times, we will feel a huge increase in the depths of our feelings. And with gratitude, it's all about the depth of the feeling, because the deeper the feeling, the greater the abundance you'll receive, because that's how the law of attraction works. And manifestation is predominantly the feeling that brings in the experience. So we start with our thoughts, because thoughts create emotions, and then emotions create our behaviors. So our emotions, if they're all of gratitude and self-love, then our behaviors are going to be reflecting those of gratitude and self-love. And then it just keeps this wonderful cycle of creating even more wonderful thoughts and more wonderful things coming in. And the initial physical signs that we've increased the depth of our feelings could be that we get a tingling around our heart or feel a wave of joy rush through your body. Your eyes may fill with tears or you may get goosebumps. But without exception, you will begin to feel a depth of peace and happiness you've never felt before. And for our magic practice number 20, after we do our heart magic, we're going to say 10 things that we're grateful for ourselves and for things that are taking place in our life. And I really want you to say at least 5 things that are actually about you outside of your experience of life, so you can really celebrate you and raise that self-concept, raise your self-confidence, toot your own horn, like tell yourself how amazing you are, like really give yourself that love. And at the end of the day, when we go to bed, we're going to take our magic rock again and we're going to try to think of the most wonderful thing that happened to us throughout our day. So then we're shifting through the day and only thinking about wonderful things, so then we can discard the uncomfortable things that took place, even though we don't want to discard the uncomfortable things that took place because they're all a lesson as well. But all we can do is learn from them, because we give meaning to things that went wrong. And I feel like I went in depth in that yesterday. It's all about us letting go of the challenges by reframing them into, what did I learn from that experience? What was the goodness that came out of that? So then we can come out of feeling any sort of despair or anger, upset, guilt or shame. And then we can go into joy of the lesson, the beautiful lesson that came out of the experience. Like, what did we learn? And really forgive ourselves and continue to unconditionally love ourselves and any experience that we have, because God will only give us anything that we can handle, along with the good and the bad. It's what it means to be human. He won't give us anything that we cannot handle, and it's up to us to turn everything into joy. And gratitude is the best way to turn that into joy. And then, of course, self-love. And today, for day 20, we are going to continue teaching ourselves mirror work. And Louise Hay says that we are nearly at the end of this course, and we are doing so beautifully. She applauds our commitment and dedication. Every day we practice our mirror work, we are giving ourselves the gift of love. And every day we practice mirror work, we are letting go of old negative beliefs we have been carrying around us for so long. Where did these negative beliefs come from? We picked them up as children. We absorbed every word that was said to us. The more we heard our parents or other adults say negative things about us, the more we believed them. And growing up, we often called one another cruel and hurtful names and belittled one another. But why did we do this? Where did we learn such behavior? Many of us were told by our parents or teachers that we were stupid or dumb or lazy, that we were troublemakers or not good enough. Maybe we cringed when we heard these statements, but we believed them. Little did we realize how much these beliefs hurt or how deeply embedded our pain and shame would become. And this is so true. I still have instances that I remember from teachers, specifically one that I was speaking in class and he told me to turn around so I can look at the board again. And he said to me, even though the back looks better than the front, in front of the whole class, I was so embarrassed. And I didn't even know what to say. But could you imagine like saying that to a child? That's crazy. But yeah, we believe these things. And then of course, what I'm going to be thinking is, wow, I'm ugly. Like I'm not worthy to look at. The back looks better than my front. But these things stay with us, and that creates a neurosynapse in our system that builds these unhelpful core beliefs that we carry into a relationship as adults. And then we need the self-validation to undo the damage. But we're doing this through this beautiful work. So we look back at some of the more difficult lessons of this course, lessons in which we uncovered beliefs that were blocking us. And when we did our mirror work and journaling, did we find that those beliefs often stemmed from our past hurts from our childhood? I know for me, they sure did. And she says, I was not taught in school that my choice of words would have an effect on me. No one taught me that my thoughts were creative, that they would literally shape my destiny, or that what I gave out verbally would return to me as life experience. No one ever taught me that I was worth loving or that I deserved to have good things happen to me. Certainly nobody taught me that life was supposed to support me. And this is so true. This is exactly what I acquired too. Life is hard, and I needed to fight really hard to be loved, and what people were going to say if I did this or did that, and always criticism. Like, it's wild. We can change all that for our children now and for ourselves. One of the most important things we can do for them is to remind them of the basic truth that they are lovable. Our role as parents is not to be perfect or to get everything right, but to be loving and to be kind. Children today have a lot more issues to deal with than we did when we were their age. They are steadily barraged with news about the critical state of the world and are continuously having to make complex choices, never mind all the electronics. How children handle these challenges is a direct reflection of how they truly feel about themselves. The more children love and respect themselves, the easier it will be for them to make the right choices. It's been really important for me to instill a positive self-view in my children and make sure they're positively attached, have a secure attachment style. And I know that I've made lots of errors too as a parent. And I was also taught in school that if we do something that is not in alignment with secure attachment style sort of parenting, the only thing that we have to do to undo the potential damage is to acknowledge and apologize and say, that was wrong with me to call you stupid or to call you dumb or to criticize you. I am sorry, and that is not true. You are worth everything. I love you. And then you just hug your child, and then they don't form that synapse, and then they can just have a different chance at life and break these intergenerational patterns that we're working so hard in this age of Aquarius, in particular, like this generation of us, to change. So let's affirm today, I can be what I want to be. I can do what I want. All life supports me. And what is important to us is to love not only our inner child, but all children unconditionally. And most importantly, love ourselves unconditionally. And then watch the miracles happen, not only for us, but for all the children around us. Nobody has the perfect child or the perfect parent. We're bound to make poor choices at one time or another, and this is simply part of the learning and growing process. And this is when we need the most unconditional love, because it's easy to give love when everything's perfect, but then why deny it when things get challenging? So for our meditation, we're going to settle in. If you want to lie down or you want to sit upright, have your heart open, all your chakras aligned, watching them spinning beautifully, energy of love in, and letting go of anything that's not serving. You're going to take in your deep breaths. Inhale longer than exhale. Sorry, the other way around. Exhale longer than inhale. Really breathing out everything from your diaphragm, anything that's not serving. And we're going to place a hand over our heart, much like the book The Magic was saying. And we're going to close our eyes. And we're going to allow ourselves not only to see our inner child, but also to be that child. And I'm going to read you the following paragraph. And imagine as if you are hearing your parents tell you these words. We're so glad you came. We've been waiting for you. We wanted you so much to be a part of our family. You're so important to us. The family wouldn't be the same without you. We love you. I love you. We want to hold you. We want to help you grow and be all that you can be. You don't have to be like us. You can be yourself. We love your uniqueness. You're so beautiful. You're so bright. You're so creative. It gives us such pleasure to have you here. We thank you for choosing our family. We know you are blessed. You have blessed us by coming. We love you. We really, really love you. And remember that saying that God decided on your birthday that he couldn't live without you anymore, and that's why you are here. Let your little child make these words true for you. Be aware that every day you can look in the mirror and say these words. You can tell yourself all the things you wanted your parents to tell you. Your little child needs to feel wanted and loved. Give that to your child. No matter how old you are or how sick or scared that little child within you is, it needs to be wanted and loved. Keep telling your inner child, I want you and I love you. It is the truth for you. You're safe. You are meant to be here. The universe wants you here. And that's why you are here. You've always been loved and will always be loved throughout eternity and beyond. You can live happily ever after now. And so it is. If you want to continue to bathe in these beautiful words with your eyes closed, I totally understand if emotions are coming out, because a lot of us have not heard these things when we were growing up. But we can certainly gift that to ourselves now. And this was a powerful exercise that was also done on an Oprah Winfrey episode. I've put the link to that before, but I want to put it again by this doctor who had the whole audience come into tears about doing the welcome to the world practice. Because with anxious attachment style, our unworthiness is at the forefront of everything that we choose to do or embark on. So we're shattering it and we're remembering the gift of life that we are and how much we are actually wanted to be here. And thank you so much for also wanting to be here. I'm so grateful for you. These have been helping me so much, because even today, I feel like I woke up with a sense of a feeling about some great news that I finally received, something that I was wishing and hoping and praying for so long. But sometimes even when we receive our wishes, that emptiness of space that we created for that wish to come in can feel weird and a little bit lonely. And then we have to process it because it's uncomfortable and it doesn't feel like what we have experienced in the past. But through love and gratitude, we can overcome this as well. And then drop into our heart and always remember that everything is exactly as it should be. And everything is okay. At any point given in time, everything is always happening for our highest good. So if you had some of your wishes actually coming true and they're making you feel challenging feelings, just know that it's normal, because it's something that we haven't felt before. So even something new takes time to, it takes time for us to process and integrate into our new self and sense of being, and being with this newness. And again, with love and gratitude, we can overcome anything this life throws at us. So thank you so much for being with me, and I'm going to see you tomorrow for the last day, day 21 of Healing Your Anxious Attachment Style. I'm so grateful to you. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you.